girl Bree, and I'm back again. Hey y'all, how are y'all doing? So I'm about to give y'all a home invasion story time, okay? Let me tell y'all. So this is involving my neighbors, not the neighbors from the previous story times. This is the neighbors that was in the same duplex as me, okay? So let me give y'all a little bit of a backstory. So my neighbors, hella ghetto, didn't like them. I did not like them at all, okay? First of all, they smoke in the house, and they smoked so bad in the house that it seemed like the smoke was coming through the walls in my house. Like, it was that bad. It smelled like just cigarettes, weed, and everything in my bathroom because they would smoke so bad in their room. Okay? So, yeah. Just to give y'all a little backstory so y'all kind of know, I already didn't like these neighbors. So, this just put the cherry on top. Okay? So, one day, my boyfriend, he was at work. He was about to get off work. So, he was talking about cooking out, you know, and I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Okay. So he gets some food. He comes back home and he gets all the stuff together to cook out. So I give it about 2 hours later. He was telling me the food was ready. So I turned on a movie. We ate and watched a movie. And we ended up going to sleep shortly after that. Okay, so we went to sleep. And I give it about maybe an hour and a half later, because it was a nap, because it was earlier in the day. Maya gets up and he walks in the kitchen to get something to drink. And he comes back to the room and wake me up. And he was like,
was somebody supposed to get the stove?
I was like, no. Why you say that? He was like,
the stove ain't in there.
And I was like, my stove that I bought better be in that kitchen. It better be. So he was like, no, it's not. And I was like, you lying. I was like, you is lying. My stove better be in that kitchen. So we come to the conclusion that somebody broke in and took our stove. Because our stove was there before we went to sleep, and we would wake up, it wasn't there. Right? So my boyfriend, he starts, walking around our house, like looking outside. And apparently he's seen some people outside. And he goes to look outside and he comes back to the house. And he was telling me, it was some maintenance men that was coming into people's houses and getting the appliances that do not work. And I said, and he was telling me, they got mixed up, the house numbers, and they came and got the stove. So I found them, told them to bring it back. And I was like, okay, cool. So apparently my neighbor that stayed in the same duplex as me works for the leasing company as well. So it was him and some other maintenance men. But him in particular was the person that came inside my house and took the stove. So I'm asking Maya, how did they come in if the door was locked? Y'all, Maya tells me,
I forgot to lock the door.
He forgot to lock the door, y'all. So they came in, right? So I'm thinking, okay, they're going to apologize. They just got the house numbers mixed up, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so my neighbor, he comes back with the stove, puts it in the house and everything. And my boyfriend was like,
I could have shot you. Why did you come in here? Why did you come in here without letting somebody know you in here? I could have shot you.
So this crackhead, my neighbor, cusses my boyfriend completely out. Oh, you ain't gonna do nothing. Yada, yada, yada. You ain't gonna do nothing. Whatever. F you this, F you that. And I'm just like, first of all, if anything, you should be apologizing for coming into our house unannounced. If anything. And I started cussing him out too. I was like, what? What'd you say? What? Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. I was just going completely, me and my boyfriend was going completely off on him. So he leaves out, and I was like, you know what? Since he want to get smart, and since he want to cuss us out and all that stuff, I'm going to call the police. Because there's no way you going to come into somebody's house unannounced and think that's okay to do. I was mad about that part because it was the principle of you coming into somebody's house unannounced without knocking on the door or anything, letting somebody know you there. So for that reason alone, I called the cops. And when the cops came, when he came up, somebody quickly, I guess from the maintenance men that was out there, came to him and told them a little bit, probably a short version of what happened. So I see him walk out of my yard and go back over there with the maintenance men. So I'm telling the cops, you know, it was a break-in. They took our stove. They broke in to take our stove. And I might have been a little bit over dramatic because the door was unlocked. But still, y'all, follow me. It was the principle. So the cops heard my side of the story, and he went back over to the maintenance men to talk to them to get their side of the story. Okay, so he goes to the maintenance men. They tell him, you know, I'm pretty sure they probably said, oh, you know, we got the house numbers mixed up. We didn't mean to, da-da-da-da, right? So police comes back to my house. He looks at the door. He comes on my porch and looks at the door and all that. And he was like, it doesn't look like there were signs of a break-in. And I'm telling the cops, they broke in, took our stove. We didn't know they were there. And I don't know why I keep saying they, but my neighbor did break into my house because he did not knock. He came straight in and took the stove without anybody knowing he was there. And he was like, well, it doesn't look like it was any signs of breaking in. I said, officer, if somebody broke into your house and took your stove, what would you do? Oh, we're not even going to go there. We're not even going to go there. They didn't break into my house, so we're not going to go there. So I took that as, just because they didn't break into your house, you don't care. Because they didn't break into your house. That's how I took that. And I was really mad at the police officer for this. Because I was like, so you're not going to do absolutely nothing. I said, okay. Well, I still want a report written. Because he did break into my house and took my stove. So I did want a report written. So he goes back to the cop car and types up the report, gives me the case number, and it was 2 deputies out there. So he got the other deputy to give me the case number. Okay, so I'm still mad because he did absolutely nothing because he drove off after that. Another thing I wanted to add in, I don't know what I thought the police was going to do, but I feel like the police should have at least got him to apologize for coming in my house unannounced. At least that. At least brought him to me to apologize, because that's all I pretty much wanted, was him to apologize and him to acknowledge that what he did was wrong, instead of the way he cussed us out and took out the stove or put back in the stove and just left out. Like, I just feel like he should have at least apologized. I feel like the police officer should have made him apologize, because it was the principle of you not coming into somebody's house unannounced. That's pretty much what I wanted. And because I didn't get that, I was kind of lashing out. But yeah, it was just the principle of it, honestly. After the deputy gave me the case number, they drove off. So I'm still mad about this. Still pissed. I even thought, I was like, you know what? I'm about to go to the police station and I'm about to tell them about what happened, because the police officer did absolutely nothing. So I didn't do that. I said, you know what? Instead of me going to the police station, I'm going to call my landlord and tell them what happened. So I believe I called up there and they didn't answer. So I just text my landlord, because I can also text her. So I told her what happened, and she was like, oh no, you know, I'm so sorry. They were coming in to certain houses and getting out the appliances that did not work. I do apologize. I'm so sorry. You know, it was the maintenance men coming in people's places and getting it. So that calmed me down a little bit. It calmed me down a little bit. But I was still stuck on the principle of it. You do not come into somebody's house unannounced and you need to knock. Like my mama always taught me. So I thought that was just a standard rule. Like everybody knew that rule. But apparently not. So, y'all, that was pretty much the end of that story time. I got over it a little bit. I'm still kind of mad about it, you know, but it is what it is. My boyfriend, he was telling me, you know, it was a mistake. The police aren't going to do anything. It was the maintenance people, da 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 da. So, y'all comment down below. Let me know if I'm tripping. Or let me know if y'all would have been mad about the principle of it. Let me know in the comments down below. But that's the end of this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.